Good morning, students. Welcome to our computer class. In our last class, we have completed chapter 1 and we have done the exercises. I have given few question answers also. I hope you have studied all the question answers and you have gone through the chapter. So, in today's class, we will start next chapter, chapter 2, where we will learn types of software. So, let's start. A computer system is made up of hardware and software. These are two components of a computer without which your computer will not work. The components of a computer system that we can see and touch are its hardware. Means hardware is a physical device which we can touch, see and feel. Hardware cannot work alone. Means it cannot work on its own. To make the hardware work, we need software. So software is what? A set of programs that controls the operations of a computer. And program is a set of instruction. So set of instruction makes program. One or more programs make software. A software guides how, when and what a computer does. It also controls the activities of the hardware. That means it controls all the hardware, gives instruction to the hardware to perform the task for the user. And user gives the instruction to the hardware through different type of software. Different type of softwares are required by a computer system to perform different functions. Okay. Now in did you know, you have to learn. A program is a set of instruction telling a computer what to do. Just now I told that program is a set of instruction and software is a set of programs. A software is made up of two or more programs, data and other related files because the software is made up of data and data where we store in file. It instructs a computer processor how to perform specific operations like how to draw, how to write, how to play a song, how to play a movie. Okay. The calculator that we use on a computer is a software. That is not a calculator device. We open a calculator from start menu. That is one application software. The instructions such as addition, subtractions of numbers are the programs. Now, type of software. Software can be classified into two types, system software and application software. So this way, softwares are classified into broad categories. This classification is based on the type of functions they perform. So based on the functionality of the software, software are of two types, system software and application software. It is shown in the figure 2.1 in your book, page number 15. System softwares are the programs designed to control the operations of a computer system. To control the operation means it controls the hardware, it gives the instruction to the hardware, it controls the memory, processor, everything. That's why it's called system software. They gives instruction to the computer system. Okay. An operating system is an example of system software. This is the main important system software without which our computer cannot work because the name suggests operating system. It means it operates the computer system. You need an operating system such as Windows 7 to work on a computer. So without operating system, we cannot start our computer even. Then application software. Application softwares are programs designed to help you perform certain type of works. So for each particular task, one specific application is there. You have to use the application software to perform that task. So based on our requirements, we will install application software in our computer. Like I want to play song, so I have to install one media player software. If I need to draw something, we have Paint software. If I am not satisfied with Paint software, we will install powerful graphics software. Word processor is an application software, Microsoft Word. We use word processors such as Microsoft Word to type and create text document because Microsoft Word is very popular word processing software. It comes in a package MS Office or Office Suite. Figure 2.2 shows how the hardware, system software and application software are placed in a computer system. System software is the interface between the application program, means application software, and hardware of the computer. An application software being used is the interface between a user and a system software. So this is hardware. Hardware means our computer, physical device. On that, what we will install? System software. Then on system software, which software will work? Different application softwares. And we are user, we will work on this application software. That means user need to perform some task. User will choose the appropriate application software to give instruction to that software, but that software cannot work alone. It sends the instruction to the hardware through system software. So system software will work as an interface between hardware and application software, or we can say user application. And user interact with the computer system or with the operating system through application software. Okay, so this is a relation between hardware, software and user. Now system software. System software is a collection of programs designed to control the operations of a computer system. It controls the operation of the computer system, it manages all the hardware devices and give instruction to the processor to perform the task for the user. It is the interface between the hardware and the application software running in the computer. Its functions are as follows. So what are the functions? System software helps to run other software on a computer. I told without system software we cannot even install other software, means application software, and cannot make them run. It manages various hardware devices and helps in communication among them. It checks all the hardware devices are functioning properly or not, they are communicating with each other or not. Because if one hardware device doesn't work, then other will also not function properly. System software is of four types: operating system, language translator, device driver and utility software. Among them, in today's class we will learn operating system and language translator. Let's see, if we get time, I will teach this device driver also. Operating system. An operating system is the most important system software. You cannot work on a computer without an operating system. Means operating system is our primary requirements to make our computer run. An operating system is the interface between the user and the computer, or we can say it is the interface between the user application and computer, means hardware. When a computer is switched on, the operating system is the first software to be loaded into the memory. This process of loading the operating system from secondary memory to computer's own internal memory, means RAM, is called booting or loading. An operating system directly interacts and controls the hardware of a computer system. That means it directly interacts with the hardware to give instruction to the hardware. Means we user cannot give direct instruction to the hardware. We are giving instruction to the application software. Application software passes that instruction to the hardware through operating system. Some popular operating systems are Windows, Linux, iOS and Android. Okay. So there are two types of operating system. One type of operating systems are made for computer. Another type of operating systems are made for mobile, like Android, iOS. These are mobile operating system. But Windows, Linux, they are computer operating system. Windows are there for mobile also. Now functions of operating system, very important. An operating system performs various functions. Few are given here, those we will learn. It controls all the application software running on a computer. What I told, on operating system we install application software and they run under operating system. So it controls the application software running on the computer. It assigns the hardware needed to perform the task. Means operating system will find out which are the hardware devices are required to perform the assigned job. It allocates the memory required for each task. So whenever we assign any task to the computer, operating system allocates memory for that. And after the operation or task gets over, operating system deallocates the memory. So this way your computer's memory gets refreshed after each process or each task. Next, it helps in the creation and deletion of files and folders. So whenever we create file or folder, how we create file? When we save file. So when we create file or folder, operating system allocates memory for that files and folders, and when we delete that files and folders, operating system makes that memory free after removing the files and folders from the memory. It manages the data stored in the memory. means where the data will be stored in the memory. Which memory area is free currently at the right moment, that memory space will be reserved by operating system to store data, either temporarily or permanently. Temporarily means in RAM, permanently means in secondary memory, generally in hard disk. It keeps track of processes that the computer performs. That means it monitors all the processes those are running in the system. If any process completes its process, then it will be taken as outcome of the task. It will be sent to the monitor or to the file or to the printer, depends on the requirements. But if a process cannot be completed in its fair CPU time, then that process will be sent back to the queue at the end, and it will wait there till its next turn come to get processed in the CPU. Okay. Then device drivers. Devices such as printers, speakers, hard disk drives, CD, DVD drives, digital cameras, and image scanners requires device drivers to work. So these device drivers are nothing but a software used to control and manages the external devices. So for each device we need a special device driver software. Generally, operating system contains all these device drivers. If the device is very latest device has been released after the operating system, that time you have to install the external device driver software to support that device in your system. A device driver takes commands from the operating system and passes them to the external devices. Means by this device driver software, operating system recognize the device and makes the device run into the system. Next is language translator. A computer cannot understand a human language because it is a machine. A computer only understands binary language. Binary language means it's a language made up of only two digits, 0 and 1. They two are called binary digits or bit. Binary means true. Therefore, binary language has two digits, 0 and 1. These digits are also called binary digits or bits, as I told. A computer needs a translator like the teacher to understand the instruction you give. A language translator changes the instructions into binary language. There are four types of language translator used by the computer: assembler, interpreter, and compiler. So when we use our language, English, generally we use English in our computer. So computer cannot understand English language. Computer only understand what? Machine language, which is made up of 0 and 1. So language translator, assembler, interpreter, compiler, they are language translator. They convert this language or English language to machine understandable language, that is binary language. Now their way of working different. Assembler translator translate the assembly language to machine language. Interpreter and compiler translates the high level language to machine language. And we give instruction using English. Program converts that English language to high level language or assembly language. Then this assembler, interpreter and compiler will convert this language to machine language, so that machine or processor can understand the instruction to process the data. Okay. So today up to this much. You must do this, check your progress in home after reading this much. In our next class we will learn utility software and we will try to complete this chapter. Okay. So till then, bye. Have a nice day.